Hi, today I've got a short video for you on how to add the crossbars to '02 through '05 Ford Explorers. And if you're like me, I'm not exactly sure where the crossbars went to this, but I did originally have some, but they were lost or given away or something because I had a Yakima set of crossbars on here for a long time. And now I took that off because it was pretty loud and I haven't been using it as much. And what I wanted to do was go back to the OEM crossbars. And if you have the rails like this, it's not hard to install them. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to find some crossbars, and I found these on eBay for a fairly reasonable price for the pair. And if you look at this mounting mechanism, kind of not quite sure how that works, but the first thing that you need to know is that on these ends there's a little letter stamped in there, and this has an R. If you want to know which way is goes to the front, this part with the connection goes to the front. This side has an L. I checked both of them, and now we're going to show how to put them on. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do to save yourself some headache is to remove the end pieces, and that just unscrews, and that piece is gonna fall out because it's not really connected to anything, but we'll put that in when we put this back on. And on this side is like a pin, and it just slides out like that, so remember that later. So we got those two out. And I'm doing this on the ground because doing it up on the roof is gonna give you a major headache. Let's get that out. I think once you realize how they uh, put this system together, it actually is pretty ingenious, I think. So, okay, if you look at this up close, got the pin section that goes in the where the little U part is in there, and then this uh, section goes in the front part, and this is what ties it down. And this little uh, screw washer goes in to this piece here, and as you can see on this one, there's an L, so this is the left side. So there's not really any place that this sits in there tightly, so it kind of just sits in here in that pocket. And what we're going to do is we have to have this piece on the back side, and when I show you what to do up there, you're going to slide this piece in first on both sides, and then we're going to attach the actual crossbar. Another tip on this: when you put this piece in, you can see there's a slight curve to it, and the back one has the curve facing that way, and I think when you put the front one in, you should do that too, because if it'll help it slide into the channel. So we'll try and demonstrate that in just a minute. All right, I've got my crossbars sitting on the roof here. I've got these pieces separated, and hopefully this is going to really make your life much easier, because the hardest part really is putting these things in, and then putting the roof rack rails on is going to be a piece of cake. So the first thing you need to do is remove this cover here, and all it has is a little push button, and then it comes out. And you do that on both sides. Now we've got this piston here, and we've got the bolt in here. So then with this side to the front, you slide in with the bolt in behind the channel, and you've got the curve going like this. So it just slides in, and then you push in the back side, and then you have those in. And that is the hardest part. So here's the other one. Make sure that bolt is on the back side, which that one moved. Slide it in the channel, keep pushing, and then push the rest of it in. So that's one side. And then I'm going to go do the other side real quick, and then I'll show you how to connect it up. Okay, on this side I'm going to try and show a little bit more of a close-up. Here's the pin you push in to get this out first of all. And you just pull that out like that. Just a little push pin. Now for these, I said have the curve facing this way, the same as this, so that you slide this piece, this whole section here behind the channel, just like this, keeping that bolt behind the channel. You slide it in, try and make sure it actually goes in there. Keep pushing until the backside goes in, and then that's the first thing you need to do to get these on. And then here's the next one. I've got the curve facing that way, like this. Keeping the bolt behind, getting it slid into the channel. Kind of had to press this to make it, go a little bit straighter. And then you keep going in and get the back one in. All right, so now the hard part's pretty much done. And now putting the crossbar on is even easier. Let's take this one up here. So what you're going to do is you're going to just slide them on the pins, and then put it down like that. And then you've got this piece, and you just bolt it into the nut on that side. And then you can, I'll do the other side here. So when you got them like that, you can easily slide them. If you do it straight, you can slide them at any position you want in here. And then when you've got it where you want it, then you just, you tighten this down until it's all the way tight, and then they won't move anymore. And that's basically it. So let's try that on this second bar here. You just put the end on the pin on both sides here. I got the other side on, and then you just push them down, and then put these into the nut back there, which I'm missing. Okay, there we go. And you screw it all the way in. And same thing as the other. You can slide it to where you want it, just like that. And what I like about these two is, they've had this airfoil shape for forever, and some of the new racks are already going to that instead of the round or rectangular bars, which make a lot of noise. That was the other thing. When there was nothing on the rack, kind of wanted it to be quiet. I thought that the OEM racks had a good design, and they are easy to put on and off. And then when you are done, you would put the little end pieces in, and that's it. I hope this video was informative, and these crossbars, OEM crossbars, really are easy to use, and I think that they do the job quite well.